violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, YouTube? It's a Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's get into the video.
Now, continuing coverage on the deaths of the grandparents of local rapper HoneyKomb Brazy. The couple found dead inside of their burned home in the Happy Hills neighborhood Wednesday night. A lot of questions remain about exactly what happened. Our Nicolette Schleisman spoke today with Mobile's police chief, Lawrence Batiste.
Don't tell me they was up in there.
Many questions remain into the deaths of the grandparents of local rapper HoneyKomb Brazy.
Be patient with us. That's all I can ask.
Mobile Police Chief Lawrence Batiste confirms that they are investigating this as a homicide, but adds they don't know how the two died just yet.
There's evidence that potentially is there, and once we release that scene, we don't get a chance to go back and do a do-over.
Family members say the victims are Leela and Tony Lewis. HoneyKomb Brazy has posted to Instagram about their deaths, posting today in part, quote, "It's expletive how they did my people, but I'll never do nothing to know old people or kids to get back. It just ain't me."
Man, so this is a local Mobile, Alabama rapper, and it gets dirty in the South, man. Apparently, the guys that he's beefing with, his ops, and if you guys don't know what ops are, it's a abbreviation for opposition or the rival gang, the people that he's in feud with, okay? These people shot up his grandparents' house, and the house burned down. So what happened was, I believe that they had oxygen tanks in there, and you know, because they were older people and they needed assistance in living. So apparently, when they shot up the house, the tanks blew up, caused a huge fire, killed the grandparents. So they died tragically in a hail of bullets and burning smoke. So this is your community. This is the community. It's like World War III, Afghanistan, Ukraine, what's about to become of Ukraine, right? It's insane, man. Like, it makes no sense why you would do this to somebody's grandparents. But this is how sick these super gremlins are. And you heard what HoneyKomb Brazy said. He's not going to go after no kids or no grandparents. And I'm telling you right now that his opposition, these rival guys, they feel like his stance on that is weakness. They feel like it's weak. I'm telling you what they think, all right? And I'm not okay, I'm not trying to speak for him, but I'm giving you the insight on how the super gremlin thinks. This is truly a super gremlin on demon time.
The Lewis's family believes there is foul play. They say a neighbor saw a car pull up to the Lewis's home and start shooting.
Should the evidence point us in the direction that somebody went to that location and shot his parents, his grandparents, and set that home on fire, they're cowards.
Police are not ruling out that their deaths are related to HoneyKomb Brazy.
Because of who he is, he's a very high-profile individual. Certainly in the...
Not only is he a high-profile rapper, but he's a high-profile criminal. He's got a rap sheet. The police know him around there. He's a thug. Okay? And I believe he's an independent artist. But his story is insane. And if you guys want to see more about his story, go check out Say Cheese. His story's insane, okay? But it's sad, it's depressing, it's sickening. It's devilish, it's demonic. It has a low vibration, low frequency, filled with anger and apathy, especially when it comes to the death of loved ones and you know, your enemies.
In the world that he operates in, the rap world, there are going to be people that's going to claim to may have done something in this particular case just for street credibility, to promote themselves.
Chief Batiste says they're increasing their presence in the case of more potential violence.
Started talking about the retaliatory response to what people are seeing on social media. Our goal is to make sure that we have manpower ready to respond. We're doing everything we can to be proactive.
And I like the way that Chief of Police is speaking on it, you know, straight to the point, no BS, no we're trying to attack gun violence or no, nah, it's bigger than that. Okay? He's keeping it a buck. He's telling you, hey, they're doing this on social media. It's beefs between gang members, right? It's pure madness. And this is in Mobile, Alabama, where it's supposed to be super racist and black people can't do this and black people, man. These super gremlins put the KKK out of business.
Mobile, Nicolette Schleisman, WKRG News 5.
And Batiste says autopsy results should be back on Monday.
WKRG News 5 starts right now with breaking news.
Hello, everyone. I'm Devin Walsh. We begin with breaking news this afternoon. The grandparents of a local rapper shot and killed, then their home set on fire. The grim details just revealed by emotional family members at the scene. WKRG News 5's Nicolette Schleisman is live near the home on Dr. Thomas Avenue. Nicolette?
You can see behind me there are still a lot of people here investigating.
It sounds like Nicolette's mic is not working. But you see the people picking through. It's seriously effed up, man. So effed up. I mean, this is the unthinkable. This is the unimaginable. But this is in rap lyrics. Shoot up your grandma's house. I mean, what can you say? A lot of ideas are formulated in these bars. And some of these dudes, especially when they're really involved in the streets like that and they're you know, on drugs and leaned out, pilled out, they're trying to imagine the worst thing that you can do to somebody. And that's shoot up your grandma's crib.
Calling it gruesome. They've also identified the two as Leila and Tony Lewis and were the head of their families. And we've also learned that they are the grandparents of local rapper HoneyKomb Brazy.
Wow, man. Just imagine this. And these are the things that you have to worry about in the community. These are the things that you have to worry about in the community. Imagine your grandson getting you killed over a social media beef. Imagine that. Your grandson getting you killed over a social media beef. These are the things that you have to worry about in the community. Something you're not even involved with. Something you have nothing to do with. That ain't even your son. That's your grandson. So you was around, you raised him, right? But it wasn't your responsibility to do so.
Now, the family says that a neighbor saw a car pull up and shoot into their home, and the house then went up into flames. Witnesses tell us that they heard a boom and what sounded like a bunch of shots around the time of the fire. This all happened on Dr. Thomas Avenue around 6:30 last night. The home is destroyed, and the fire was so big that it damaged the home next door.
She was a mother to all our kids. She was more than a grandmama. He was more than a granddaddy. He was a father. He helped us raise our children. My mama and my daddy did not deserve to die like they did. And we want justice.
See, y'all super gremlins gotta stop talking all this crap online and putting your family in danger over nothing. Over what, bruh? Nothing.
Cause ain't no peace. Ain't no peace in how they left here. Ain't no peace. I can't sleep. I can't eat. I want my mama and I want my daddy. And I know I can't have them. I know I can't have them.
Dog, she got a Black Lives Matter face mask. That's the wildest part about this whole thing. Do you think that Black Lives Matter to these dudes who did this? I'm asking the chat, not her.
Mother to all our kids. She was more than a grandmama. He was more than a granddaddy. He was a father. He helped us raise our children. My mama and my daddy did not deserve to die like they did. And we want justice, because ain't no peace. Ain't no peace in how they left here. Ain't no peace. I can't sleep. I can't eat. I want my mama and I want my daddy. And I know I can't have them. I know I can't have them.
Anyone with information to come forward. Police have not confirmed the identity of the victims involved and
Nicolette, you breaking up. You breaking up.
On what happened or if
Nicolette, send it back to somebody else, please.
if anyone has been arrested. Reporting live in North Mobile, Nicolette Schleisman, WKRG News 5.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Frederick Douglass, where a shooting just took place. And as you can see, it's a pretty rough area. So I'm basically risking my life reporting on this madness. So make sure you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Like the video, hell, share the video. And make sure you go ahead and leave a comment down in the comments section to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this son violence in the streets. I'm Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
A Fox 10 News exclusive, a possible break in a high-profile unsolved murder case.
Yeah, Lanese, an accused drug kingpin who briefly escaped jail yesterday, named as a person of interest in the murders of Tony and Layla Lewis. They're the grandparents of local rapper HoneyKomb Brazy.
Now, our Shelby Myers is live at the Baldwin County Jail tonight. And Shelby, this person of interest is locked up there after sneaking out of the Clark County Jail last night.
Yeah, that's right, Lanese. And that's just part of the story. The big news tonight is that for the first time since Tony and Layla Lewis were murdered inside of their home months ago, detectives telling me they're taking a long, hard look at a guy named Darren Southall. He's here tonight on federal drug charges. But as the Mobile Chief of Staff James Barber tells me, his long rap sheet could be getting even longer.
Lord, I hope ain't nobody up in that house.
A February night of horror caught on camera. Innocent grandparents Tony and Layla Lewis found dead inside their burned out Happy Hills home. Mobile investigators say Tony was shot to death before his house was set on fire. Their murders said to be retaliation for some beef their grandson and local rapper HoneyKomb Brazy had with a rival group.
My question is it worth it? This is the definition of selling your soul. Not, well, I mean, I guess going into a record label room and doing some obscene things is as well. But this is deep.
For 3 months, Fox 10 News has continued to ask Mobile police for any leads in the unsolved case. And new tonight, Mobile's Chief of Staff, James Barber, with a big one. He tells me this man, Darren Southall, is a person of interest in the Lewis murders. A law enforcement source adding to that, telling me investigators believe it may have been a murder for hire. Southall is a dangerous man, according to Barber, and his rap sheet backs that up. He's been in and out of Mobile and Baldwin County jails since the 90s. He's currently accused by the feds of being head of a multi-million-dollar Gulf Coast drug ring that sold crack and powder cocaine, fentanyl, and other drugs.
So like I said, these guys are getting high too. I mean, he looked high in this picture. So they're thinking of the worst things you can do to somebody, man. It's really sickening. These dudes are just devils, bro.
Last night, he escaped from the Clark County Jail for hours and was moved to the Baldwin County Correction Center when he was recaptured. Meanwhile, another twist in the story. HoneyKomb Brazy, whose real name is Nashawn Jones, is facing some legal troubles of his own. Just last week, the local rapper was indicted on gun and drug charges. He's been locked in Metro since May 3rd.
Oh, man. These dudes are just doing it to themselves, man.
And we want to make it clear again, Southall has not been charged with any crimes in relation to the Lewis's murder. Again, I'm told he is just a person of interest. Investigators, meantime, tell me that they believe multiple people are involved in the Lewis's murder. So if you know anything at all that could help law enforcement solve this case, give them a call. Live tonight in Bay Minette, Shelby Myers, Fox 10 News. Brazy, whose real name is Nashawn Jones, is locked up in the penitentiary tonight. He's serving time in the Limestone Correctional Center on a gun charge. This is his most recent prison mugshot. He's been in and out of jail or prison for most of his adult life. In May, Jones was booked in Metro for violating his probation stemming from a shootout the rapper was involved in just days before his grandparents' murder. Prosecutors say Jones posted video of the incident on social media. During Jones' probation hearing, the DA's office also showed 15 videos.
Dude, this man literally posted a video of him after a shootout on social media. Bro, you cannot make this stuff up.
Of Jones with drugs or guns. The defense argued those were stage props for music videos. Jones, who was on probation for being
nobody believes that those are props.
a felon in possession of a gun, had served 18 months of a 15-year sentence. A judge revoked his probation and sent him back to prison to serve the rest of his 15-year sentence. The 26-year-old has been booked into Metro 12 times since 2010.
So is he, well, I guess the other guy was in a federal case. Are they going to be locked up together? The guy who did the murder for hire on his grandparents? Because that's going to be pretty awkward.
When he was just 15 years old.
First on 5, Mobile police say they have made several arrests in connection to the couple found dead after a house fire in Happy Hills last year.
WKRG News 5's Nicolette Schleisman has been pushing police for answers and found out 3 people are now in custody, each charged with 2 counts of murder and multiple counts of shooting into an occupied home.
All I heard was a boom. It sounded like a bunch of shots.
Almost exactly a year after Tony and Leila Lewis were found dead in their home after this fire, Mobile police say they're thankful to bring their family some sort of closure.
It's just a beginning, but it's a good beginning.
Police have charged person of interest Darren Southall, Terrence Watkins, and Jamarcus Chambers, all with murder.
Why is the silhouette of a white dude, though? Look, the silhouette is of a white dude. Look at the hair.
Murder.
I think we've just done the easiest part. Even though it took us a year to get here, we've just done the easiest part. We put handcuffs. We're going to be putting handcuffs on them, and finally getting them before the courts to answer for the crimes that were committed.
A fire broke out at the Lewis's home on Dr. Thomas Avenue the evening of February 17th, 2021. Police confirmed Tony Lewis was shot multiple times. Family confirms the couple's grandson is local rapper HoneyKomb Brazy, whose real name is Nashawn Jones. He posted to Instagram he was sorry his grandparents got, quote, caught up in his mess. Police aren't releasing details as to what happened, instead waiting for that to play out in court.
We spent some time talking with the family and let them know that the day has come. And so the idea that their patience and their perseverance has paid off.
When Southall was named a person of interest, police confirmed they were looking into the connection between Southall and HoneyKomb Brazy, and were trying to confirm a previous beef between the two. In Mobile, Nicolette Schleisman, WKRG News 5.
Police now looking for a man they say took part in the murders of Layla and Tony Lewis last year.
They are the grandparents of rapper HoneyKomb Brazy. 3 others already in custody and charged in those murders tonight.
Fox 10 News investigative reporter Brendan Kirby live for us now at police headquarters in Brendan. This has been a long time coming.
Yeah, that's right, Byron and Shelby. This was just a horrific crime involving both gunshots and a fire, and we're learning for the first time that one of the victims actually died as a result of that fire. Now, one of the men that's charged now with this murder is Darren Southall, who was sentenced today to 35 years in prison after admitting to running a large-scale drug operation along the Gulf Coast. The other two, Jamarcus Chambers and Terrence Watkins, already in custody, and police looking for a fourth man who they are not naming right now. All 3 alleged accomplices charged with the February 2021 murder of Tony and Layla Lewis. We're told that one of those men shot Mr. Lewis to death inside the victim's home on Dr. Thomas Drive in the Happy Hill community. An ensuing explosion and fire burned down the home, Layla Lewis dying in that fire. Mobile County Assistant District Attorney Lewis Walker tells me that he can't go into details about the allegations at this time, but says the charges represent a major breakthrough. Southall has a long criminal history. He was charged but not convicted of a shooting in 2012 and spent time in prison on a previous federal drug conviction. In November, he pleaded guilty to the latest offense, a drug conspiracy and money laundering case. Acting U.S. Attorney Sean Costello says that Southall built a multi-state drug distribution network involving cocaine, heroin, fentanyl, worth more than $24 million.
He had the biggest operation, the largest amount of drugs that was going through, tremendous amounts of cash. He had a sophisticated operation. He was, by and large, the largest scale drug dealer we have had operate in this area in a long, long time.
And at some point, probably next week, the 3 defendants who are already in custody will be brought to court for an arraignment, or rather, I should say, they'll probably appear virtually for an arraignment, and we'll have that as well. Reporting live from MPD headquarters, Brendan Kirby, Fox 10 News.
Gang violence and other kind of violence. So it is what it is.